Hello, my name is Pastor Samuel Century. I'm from Akron, Ohio. Now I'm serving in True Worship Nepali Church as a pastor, as well as I'm working in Americare Healthcare LLC, which is owned by our Nepali people. And I'm a married man. I have a wife and three kids, and I'm staying with my dad and mom. I was born in Bhutan, and we are the Nepali-speaking Bhutanese people. We used to speak Nepali language, but we are from Bhutan. And due to the political issue, more than 107,000 people were dropped out of the country, and we came to a refugee camp in Nepal. In that time, I was 7 years old. I didn't know what is happening around us. We stayed in the tent in the refugee camp. We didn't have sufficient food to eat. We didn't have a good house. Houses were made of bamboo, and we didn't have good schools. We didn't have good health centers, and we didn't have electricity. I spent in that situation, I spent almost 19 years in refugee camp, where I grew up, where I finished my high school in refugee camp. And I received Jesus when I was 12 years old, and I started working among the children ministry, and I spent all my childhood there, and I used to learn everything, doing ministry and everything in the refugee camp itself. Life was so difficult there, and government of Nepal tried to connect with a government of Bhutan for us to return to our country, but government Bhutan was not allowing us, and we didn't have any hope. We didn't have any future, but IOM and UNHCR, they came with the new program for the third country resettlement, and the process was not easy, and for some people the process took 3-4 years also. For some people it took 1 year, because we have to go all the documentation, you must have all the documentation, and you have to go do a health screening also, and the process was so long. But thank God, God heard our prayer, and I was resettled in Atlanta in 2011. But we started our process from 2007, so it took us a few years. I stayed 4.5 years in Atlanta, Georgia. As I work full time in Americare, and I'm also I working as a pastor also. We started our church from September 2018. From 5 families, now we are almost 14 families, and God is still working. And our prayer is to reach our community, because in Akron there are more than 15,000 Nepali people are there, but only less than 1,500 are Christians. So mission field is so much, and we have a lot of work to reach them. And in this pandemic time also, one family received Jesus, and that was the great testimony. I spent 18-19 years in refugee camp. I was born in Bhutan. I spent a lot of my time in Nepal. So in those times we didn't have any hope, and what our future will look like, we don't know about that. But when I came here, and after 5 years, in 2017, I applied for the citizenship, and I passed the exam, I passed the test, and I got the citizenship. And I was so happy in that moment, because now I can proudly say this is my country.